travel guide, the capital city of Belarus, so let's head out there. The first thing that I want to take up is general information. Belarus is also known as Belorussia or White Russia. It is a green and nature-rich country where 40% of the land is covered by forests and there are 11,000 lakes. After the Russian Revolution in 1917, the country declared independence, which very soon was taken away when the Soviet Union took over in 1922. In 1991, Belarus declared independence again, and since 1994, Alexander Lukashenko has been the first and only president. The second thing I want to bring up is visa regulations. So very recently, Belarus made it easier for a number of nationalities to travel visa-free for 30 days to the country. However, there are certain regulations that this brings. The first one is that you have to enter and exit the country through Minsk airport, and you have to have proof of an outbound flight. The second one is you have to have a valid passport. The third one is you have to have a medical insurance for the number of days that you're visiting the country. This can be purchased at a desk just before immigration, and I paid €2 for 2 days, so it is very cheap and easy to fix. The medical insurance can also be purchased via cash or card. You also have to have assets that are equivalent to 2 base amounts for each day of stay, and 1 base amount is 25 Belarusian ruble. The third thing I want to bring up is good information to know before you arrive. Currency is Belarusian ruble. Most places accept both cash and card, but I would recommend to always carry cash. They have 2 official languages, Belarusian and Russian. The local time is GMT +2. The electric socket is the European standard 230 volts. Telephone code is +375. And tap water is unfortunately not recommended to drink. There are also certain regulations that you should think about when it comes to taking videos and photos. If a building has a flag on top of it, you should not be taking pictures of it. Also, if there's a guard beside a building, the same goes. Do not use a drone in the city of Minsk. You can't take pictures of government buildings, the railway station, in the metro, and at the airport. Do some research before you arrive and be very careful when it comes to videos and pictures. The fourth thing I want to bring up is transportation. Getting from the airport, the first recommendation is using the Minsk airport official private transfer. This is actually a normal taxi. You can find the information desk at exit number 5 and 6. Where you can order a car. You can also pre-order a car online. They have English-speaking drivers, 24/7 service, and the price is fixed. It costs 30 Belarusian ruble, which is equivalent to €13 for a normal car. All the cars are equipped with child safety seats, and Wi-Fi is provided, and you can pay by either cash or card. The second option for getting into the city is using the bus. Just outside the airport at arrivals, exit number 5 and 6, you will find the bus stop. Many buses with the number 1400 TC or 1430 TC are minivans going into the city. There is also a big bus with the number 300E. That will take you directly to the central bus station. The bus ticket costs 4 Belarusian ruble, and you can pay to the driver only in local currency. Buses leave every 15 to 30 minutes around the clock, but are less frequent at night. The ride takes about an hour, and it also makes a stop at Uruka metro station on the way. And when it comes to public transportation, the metro system in Minsk is very easy to navigate. There are only 2 lines, the blue one and the red one. There are a total of 29 stations. Minsk is a city where there are large distances between attractions, so using the metro is very convenient. A one-way ticket costs 0.65 Belarusian ruble. And the trams and buses, tickets are supposed to be bought in advance in a special kiosk. Tickets for one journey cost 0.6 Belarusian ruble. The ticket should be stamped with the red button that the buses and trams are equipped with. It is also possible to buy tickets from the driver. And the last form of transportation I wanted to bring up is bike. The wide boulevard streets of Minsk are very good for using a bicycle. And the first dockless bicycle sharing system was launched in Minsk in July 2019. You can easily recognize the bikes as they are bright yellow. This system allows you to borrow a bike in any part of the city. To do this, you need to download a special mapping application called Kolo Bike and enter in payment information in the app in order to unlock a bike. After a ride, you can leave the bike anywhere. And the 5th topic I want to bring up is accommodation. So the city is filled with big luxurious hotels. You can also find a few hostels. And personally I used Airbnb. It was a great way to interact with locals, and I had a premier central location in a very traditional styled Belarusian home. So that was very, very nice. So I could recommend using Airbnb in Minsk. And the 6th topic I wanted to bring up is sites. The first site is the city gates. These 2 massive structures are the entrance of the city from the railway station. One of the towers also has a huge clock, which is the largest in the country. Independence Square. Formerly known as Lenin Square, this place gained its new name in 1991 after declaring independence. The square houses many important buildings, and you can also find an underground shopping mall under this place. The Independence Square houses the Government House, which was built in 1934. This place houses the National Assembly of Belarus and its 2 chambers. It's one of the few buildings which survived the Great Patriotic War. The Lenin statue was installed in 1933 and was erected in honor of Lenin's speech to the Red Army soldiers who went to the Soviet-Polish War in 1920. In 1941, when the German troops occupied Minsk, the statue was destroyed. It was re-erected in 1945 on the 1st of May. The Red Church, or also known as St. Simon and Helena Church, finished in 1910. This place is known as the Red Church due to its red brick exterior. It's a Roman Catholic church but served as a cinema during the Soviet era. Then we have the Palace of the Republic. This huge building is located on Oktyabrska Square. Inside the palace hosts large-scale concerts as well as conferences and political meetings. The palace is also home to a 3D cinema, bars, cafes, and clubs. Taking 25 years from concept to a fully operational status, the Palace of the Republic was completed in 2001. The Belarusian State Circus. This was the first stationary winter circus in the Soviet Union. The decision to build a circus was made in 1952 to acknowledge Belarus' contribution to the victory in the Great Patriotic War. Construction was completed in 1958. The circus was the largest and most beautiful circus that could host any kind of performances. Victory Square. Victory Square was renamed and made into a memorial in 1954 when the obelisk was erected and is dedicated to those who died during World War II. The Botanical Garden. Officially opened in 1932, this is one of the largest botanical gardens in Europe and has over 10,000 plants from all over the world. The National Library Observation Deck. This big glass diamond-shaped building is an impressive piece of architecture. In 1989, an international contest took place to create the best architectural project of the library's new building. The building was completed in 2006. It is also one of the largest libraries in the world. At the back of the building, you have the entrance to the observation deck, and the entrance fee is 5 Belarusian ruble. and the reduced ticket is half price. It is open from 10 till 10 at night. The Bolshoi Theater. This is one of the biggest theaters in Europe and an architectural landmark in Minsk. Trinity Suburb. Trinity Suburb is an old picturesque part of Minsk, located on the bank of the Sivishlosh River. The area has some little streets and houses with tile roofs and delicate colors. Island of Tears. The monument on this little island is dedicated to the Belarusian soldiers lost in Afghanistan between 1979 and 1989. Around 30,000 Belarusian soldiers took part in the war. Victory Park and Museum of War. The name of the park was given to glorify the victory of the Soviet army over the Nazi invaders. The park covers 200 acres. The Belarusian State Museum of the History of the Great Patriotic War was the world's first museum to tell the story of the bloodiest war of the 20th century and the only one in Belarus created during the years of Nazi occupation. Today, it is one of the most important and biggest war museums in the world. Holy Spirit Cathedral. Built in 1633, this magnificent church is a symbol of Minsk and a very important place for the Christian Orthodox Belarusians. It is a two-towered cathedral that once was used as a monastery. The seventh topic I wanted to bring up was food. So there are two vegan spots I wanted to recommend in the city. The first one is called Green Plus Go. It is located in a modern art area, and the place has a very cool interior and some delicious foods including smoothie bowls, salads, wraps, desserts, and juices. It is open from 10 till 10 at night, and the prices range from 3 to 9 Belarusian ruble. The second spot I wanted to recommend is called Monkey Food. They have two spots in the city. It is a vegan fast food chain. They're open from 11 to 10 at night. The prices range from 3 to 9 Belarusian ruble. They serve burgers, wraps, boxes with rice, potatoes, and salad. And the eighth topic I wanted to bring up is day trips. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make any day trips, but if you want to know more about some day trips, I will leave a link down below to a website which lists all of the recommended day trips from Minsk. So that was my Minsk travel guide. I hope this inspires you and gives you some good information for visiting Minsk, the capital city of Belarus. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.